a lot of us are broken inside. So we don't fix the stuff that's broken. We mask over it. I suffered. I was told I'm worthless. And it's not until you get to a stage where you realize the affirmation is not necessary, that you're truly free. And so I'm telling you now that if it's the external affirmation you're looking for, you're going to sickle. You're not going to get it, guys. Again, right, so remember, you're in this journey, you're doing this thing called life, you're building this thing called a business, you're in pursuit of this end goal called profit, and somewhere in between it, the pursuit of purpose. You're trying to create a better workplace for your people, a place where they can come and belong. You want to serve communities, you want to better the lives of customers. There are 1,000 things you want to do. And so we go to business schools, and business schools, particularly the ones I went to, teach you about, they give you case studies and they go, this business leader did X and that business leader did X. And there's like this literature that says they make perfect decisions. Then when I spend time with business leaders, I realize they don't. Most of them just make a decision.
Yeah.
And they're comfortable in the knowledge that decisions are meta by their nature, which is to say, I'm going to get on the freeway and just go from one place, I'm going to another.
Yeah.
In my head, I kind of have a path of how I'm going to get there. But if on the way there's traffic, I'm going to change the route. If I hit a pothole, I'll stop and fix.
But I'm going there.
But I'm going to get there.
So fig.
And this is the thing about the perfect decision rather than the decision made perfect. The decision made perfect builds into it the assumption and the knowledge that I'm going to get things wrong. And I'm comfortable with getting things wrong. Because it's when you think you have to make perfect decisions that you get into the most dangerous thing leaders do. Ego, bravado, knowledge, arrogance, this walk in and like, I own it. No, you don't.
So we've always done it this way.
No. Like, you're a part of a process. You're a servant. Sit down. You know what's funny about human beings is if you wrote a test and you got 70%, your mind doesn't see the answers you got right. When you go through the exam paper, after you get it back from your teacher, you look for the answers you got wrong. Because that's how we're wired as human beings. So if you have had 100 people tell you you're amazing, and 3 people tell you you are useless, you will always remember the 3 people. It's what's called the imposter syndrome. So your internal dialogue starts being framed by negative perceptions of self, by self, based on the perceptions of others. So the real problem with failure is because it supports the 3 people who told you were worth nothing, not the 97 who told you you're amazing. So for me, that was like the hardest part, right? Like the hardest part was having to understand that I was not that failure, that the failure didn't define me, that it was a moment, you know, it happened, and you know, and I needed to move on from it, and that failing doesn't make you any less of what you were. You're still great, you're still amazing, you're still smart and intelligent and hardworking, you're still all of those things about you are true. The event does not define you. It's just an event. You're an athlete that showed up to run a 100-meter race and had a bad race. Doesn't mean you're a bad athlete. You had a bad race. Did you put in the work? Did you do the hours? Did you give it the best you could? That's the stuff that matters. And so even if your business is failing, I'm telling you now as an entrepreneur, the question you must be asking yourself is, am I putting in the work? Not is the outcome right? Because the outcome is determined by the world. Are you putting in the work? Are you doing the best you can? Legacy. It's when Vusi's not in the room, what's left. Because it's not, you know, it's not the Patek Philippe watches, it's not the cars we drive, it's not the places we live in, it's not the people we holiday with, the places we holiday. It's more than that. And I'm trying to answer that question. So that your thing about brand, and I say this to my team all the time, which is, even in the construct of brands, we must always recognize that we will never be the equal of the brand. And this is what many people who build brands get wrong. So particularly people who do personal branding. So they go, well, I'm a great X, I'm a great comedian, a great singer, a great actress, a great whatever. So you become this brand thing, but you forget that a brand is something that lives in people's mind, which is to say your existence becomes a manifestation of somebody else's expectation. Now, most people are bad at the expectation part. So they think you're still in charge. You're not in charge anymore. This thing called a brand now outlives you. It's a bit like building a Lego set. You just built the pieces. What people will do with this Lego set is up to you.